Hope you missed us as much as we missed you. JWHL Canton 2025 rolls on here in day 2. And we'll now switch things over to the 16U bracket. This first game of the day in the 16Us right here in Canton going to be between North American Hockey Academy Red, and you'll see them, they got the red tops on, and the Philadelphia Junior Flyers, who are going to be wearing the whites. North American Hockey Academy already their third of 4 here this weekend. Junior Flyers are just getting started. This is their first of 4 games. These two teams already have met up once this year, and we'll talk about that as we go. But North American Hockey Academy will skate left to right. Philadelphia is going right to left. Stewart wins the draw, and we are underway here on a Saturday morning. That one comes loose on the wall. Stewart at it jammed past her. Stewart, the only player in this game that's already committed to college, still has a little bit of high school time left to go. She's committed to go to Penn State. Actually had the opportunity to attend a football game there. She's taken down trying to cross into the zone. Now springs up. Get our first penalty. Is off to the bench goes Laraka, starting goaltender for Philly. But got to go to a game there, saw what the atmosphere was like, how much Penn State students support their sports teams, and she's certainly in for a treat when she's there wearing the navy blue and white threads. But off to the box goes Maggie Fitzpatrick. Could be an interference call. So Philly's heading to the power play for the first time today. Rachel Stewart and his top group of 5 out on the ice. So this one shoveled on back. Evelyn Iverson, one of the top centers on this team. There it is, suavely sending over. Now the point shot and glove save. Carolyn Cohen get denied. Junior Flyers, they'll also play 2:40 today against Winchendon, which will be on this rank. I'll have that one for you. And tomorrow they're going to play 7:10 a.m. against Mount here on this blue sheet. Jay Baskin going to have that one. And he's also going to have the 12 p.m. matchup against Stansted tomorrow to wrap up the weekend. In front, that one whipped on, can't get through. Another try, and too far for Suavely. In the corner, they'll work the boards. Cohen's ready here at the point. She wants to wind up, and that one fired, and somehow stays in play. Lila Picker just kept it down. Cohen will send back out to the line. Suavely shooting, that changed the glass. Picker able to track that one, tied up in the skates. 3 Junior Flyers in there. Again, they got those white tops on, got the black numbers, and of course the black letters with the orange name bars as the skitter's just wide. 1:05 to go on the interference call to Fitzpatrick. Ball on the boards, Cohen. Ships it over, now the point shot, and the save. Nicole Bethune holding on. And the Braintree Mass net. North American Hockey Academy, they play out of Braintree, so pretty local. Got a lot of parents in the seats this weekend. Philly's got a few traveled up as well, and sure most of our crowd watching on YouTube, more Philly folks than Massachusetts folks, so hope you're doing well this morning, Philly. Get those coffee, get those donuts out. It should be a good time here for this one this morning. Stewart, and that got tipped on the way, and not going to have a quick angle look. Ashlyn Jacobs lays the body. Already 2 minutes running off the clock, 35 left on a Philly power play. Playing 3 17-minute periods, only 1 intermission, which will come after the second as one chased back out of the zone. Schmidt in her own end. Backhanded towards the blue line. Schmidt going to lay a little body. Malin jumps up there, tries to get into the play. 15 left, and the Junior Flyers going to try for one last power play breakout. Picking up some steam, Rachel Stewart across the center, flies into the zone. She gets tripped up, and with a touch. Laraka was trying to head to the bench, but couldn't get off in time, and going to be short 2 as North American Hockey Academy for 6 seconds. Katie Mailing in the box. So Fitzpatrick, her interference will come to an end, and then Philly right back on another, it's about full power play. Blair Weber lines up to take the draw. She leans in, tussling for this one. Tracked down along the boards and now to the line. Fitzpatrick quickly skating across the ice to get to the bench. Laid out in front, the shot, and what a save. So, clock's back, gets denied from the high slot. And 1:46 will be left on the power play. In the circle, that one trying to come on goal. Got broken up on the way. All the way down the ice, LaRocca going to come out of her net to set up shop. Hamilton works along the boards. Pops in behind the net. Olivia Hess tracks it down. Hess will start to rush between the rings. Generating some speed, cross at center. Stavola cuts beyond the right circle. Junior Flyers making some changes. That one drilled over to the left side. Suavely trying to settle that skipping putt down the corner. Has been playing a little bouncier this morning to start. Drifted trying to shoot, and that's blocked. Cohen unable to get it through. Has to track it neutral territory as she floats to center. Trying to cross the line, kicked onto her tape. High slot as it poked aside. Picker tracks it behind the goal line. Picker waits in the high slot. Now the shot, and Cohen can't get that through. Cohen again tries in the high slot. Waits left side, 20 to go. Kicks up some ice. Picker. Mayling's ready to get out of the box. 13 seconds. That one trying to come on net. Having a hard time clearing the zone is NAHA. Again, cross, keeping it in. Pickett turns around, shoots, and can't get the clean shot. Mayling will jump out, and so North American Hockey Academy 2 for 2 on the PK. That one drills Cohen and trickles wide left. Tracked down, they'll bank it up through center, came past Cohen, and so finally North American Hockey Academy able to make a change. Trying to center, Ava Cross. Picked up, surveyed the scene. They do a Fitzpatrick setup at the blue line. She's got a heck of a snapshot. Fitzpatrick now comes out of the zone. Junior Flyers to make changes. Fitzpatrick drubbed ahead. Chaposky can't hold the edge here along the wall. And now quickly Jacobs cuts in. Jacobs to the net off the shoulder and won't have a rebound. Fitzpatrick. And that will go right in front. It gets tipped. And the Junior Flyers going to have a 1-0 lead. .11:33 to go. And Philly, a massive goal. We'll await the full scoring line, but I think it'll be Ann Bernard's goal. I was trying to watch how they celebrate it. Bernard going side. Played up on out to the center stripe. Lauren Stewart. Katie Mealing trying to clear her zone. Junior Flyers, you can see why they're the first place team as that's covered. They're 7-2 across their 9 games this year, 21 points. They've scored 51 goals while they only allowed 14. And North American Hockey Academy, their trends continue. 4th place, they're 5-5-1, 15 points. They've scored just 26 while allowing 24. And coming in, they had 76 penalty minutes, was the most amongst the teams. And they've only kept that up. Already having taken 2. Off the board, looking to come to the net. Turned over as they'll come behind the goal line. Emma Kalaki comes out to neutral. Olivia Hamilton back in her own end. It was all the way behind the goal line and a 1-0 Philly score here early on in Canton. Game 2 of the day already. Is in a U19 exhibition. We already saw Win Shendon. Best NAHA Navy. That was a 5-3 final when Chittenden had 3 3 third-period goals, including 2 on the power play. Excuse me. Monoseki gives it away, and now the chance. And nice stop by Bethune. So she met her over there on that left side in the blue paint and gets the job done. So face off to Bethune's left side. Junior Flyers getting a win. Inside the zone, Cohen trying to snap it in. Picker lost the edge on this one as she has to go all the way back to her own end. Stick action from Gilbertson. But with authority, Dombrowski tried to lay it in front, didn't have the chance. Cohen at the point here. Slices for that. Now shoveled in deep by Margolis. Rides to the far wall by Meredith Suavely. Quick cut to the net and spun around high slot. On goal, glove save. So Cartush getting denied. As that's the first point blank we've seen by LaRock denying. Face off to her left side, and that one going to be one. Drevich drilling it in. And then that Schmidt circles, toss it off the wall. Tied up in the skates. Stewart having a hard time. Drevich will knife it on goal, and LaRocca knocks it out there with a stick, still free in front of her, and finally, and she couldn't lay on the puck. She was trying to. Her defense bails her out. Junior Flyers with speed, entering 3-on-2. Working up the wall. Stewart, quick hustle to the net. And there's a save. Bethune making sure nobody had a chance. So it remains 1-0 Philly here early on. Stewart going to take this face off. And able to win it to Bernard cleanly out at the line. Stewart has a hard time holding the edge. Bashed off the wall. And now pinching up. Maylee Drevich. Letzi wears 3. She wears 44. Monoseki. And ship it right. Banked off the wall by Kalecki. 8:20 to go, period 1. Iverson jockeying for some positional on the wall. Now Stewart with a quick race to go chase this one down. Is it not going to be an ice save? Monoseki giving D to D. Can't be settled off the boards by Henderson. Philly will track this one down, and North American Hockey Academy making a line change. Chris Hamilton with the quick ups. Again, no icing. Phillies led by head coach Chris Bauer, and the staff for North American is Shelley Looney with Mikey Milano as the assistant. Little circle in action. Schmidt trying to hustle it. Stavallo sending on out. That takes a bounce. Out through neutral territory. Philly will go back, get this one. Olivia Hess behind her own goal line. 7:18 to go. In front off the pads. Another chance. And whoa, what a stop. Paloma Laracqua. Get her the Blatt ski mask. She's a robber this morning. The Philly crowd that's traveled up here to Mass is loving it. Got a few of them down to my right here. Face-off will come to LaRocca's left. 7:12 to go. Again, 3 17-minute periods. Only going to take about a minute between the first and second. And then, of course, after the second, we'll take 12, 15 minutes or so for an ice cut. Dancing on up, Dembowski going to run out of real estate. It's left and right, trying to go for that dropper behind her, but didn't have anybody. Hustling up ice, some room for Rapper, and she snapped it high, and Locker covers. So her early gems continue. North American Hockey Academy going to make some changes. Face off will come to the right of the goal. Hustling up the ice comes Ashlyn Jacobs, dragged out at the net, and that one steered aside. Nicole Bethune, the 2028 goaltender, who's been huge this morning. That one kicks off her pass. Circling around, Rachel Stewart out at the line. That's wide right. Scooped in the corner, Anna Gilbertson. And looks like we will have a boarding call coming up. Drevich able to get back to her feet, but it's actually just going to be for a trip with 6:16 to go. Out inside the zone, Schmidt hits the skate. So on the power play, the junior Flyers with Drevich in the box. 2 minutes for tripping was the call. Goes out, and Schmidt got a feed over left wing circle on goal. That got blocked. That one's fanned on by Bernard. Jacobs high slot. Rolls over. Stewart, and right into the net. That'll stop play with 1:18 to go. That one shipped side. Now that's blocked. And here comes NAHA. Drevich over the blue line, gets hammered. Here come the junior Flyers. Crossing center, they're going to be offside. Into the zone, again the quick hustle. Out to the line, that one pops the patch. Meredith suavely unable to angle it in. Suavely back and forth. And it's the pads, it pops loose. Drifting, Cohen can't rip it home. 15 left on the trip call of Drevich. Cohen, that'll hit the post and bury itself. Junior Flyers doubled their lead. It's 2-0. Carolyn Cohen with her third in 16U play. So time on that one will be 12:34. Cross, can't bump that one too far. Cross at center, it'll be a little 4-on-3 action, no icing. Track back, Kaleki will track it in her own end. Peyton Meniski rips it through center ice. Anna Sal, and there'll be no icing. Cross, tried to clear the zone. Seemed like the junior Flyers really wanted to change. Lila Picker, here's Cross getting over the blue line, picked off up the gut. As Kaleki forces off the far boards. Cross will tip that. Quick scramble here for NAHA. Meniski, long shot, ripped off the shoulder and goes to the netting out of play. Face-off will come left side. Off the wall, there's a hit. Stewart going to chip it to the far side of the rink. Ashlyn Dembowski gets over the center line. Down on both knees. Tracked down by Bernard. Stewart will tip this one. Goes the other way. Down to 2:40 left to go. Stewart hit to the glass. Puck comes out of there. Courtney Kiernan leaving it to the far side corner. Spinning around. Katie Mealing able to wheel it across center all the way down. We'll see if it's an icing. And no, it's going to get waved off. Bashed off the boards. Coming up to Rachel Stewart. That hits Schneider. Backhanded by Pezzaluka. Margolis trying to get it out of the corner. Stevola inside the zone. Bernard and can't get that through. Up across center, Rappert over the blue line, backside right wing. Gray sends that one out to Fitzpatrick, side. And ripped wide right. That gets away from Bernard. Schneider chasing that one down. 3 junior Flyers there in the pile, and Philly's able to bring it the other way. Pizzaluka over center. Lost the edge at the blue line. Schneider trying to turn it on sides the other way. Cohen will scoop it center. She just had that second goal. Quick break into the zone. A pass to the middle and too much muscle. Meniski down on both knees. Under a minute left to go here, period number 1. Again, don't go anywhere after it does come to a close. Only about a minute break, and then we're starting the second. Henderson, here's Cohen as well. Jockeying for this puck. Finally thrust up ice. And now they're going to be offside. Cohen into the zone, up the wall. Cross waits and dumps it in. Towards the net of that. Gonna squeak in under the bar. Lila Picker able to get it done. So time on it will be 16:52, and the lead's 3-0 as it's bumped off the end wall. And that is going to do it for period one. So 3-0 the score. Junior Flyers have the lead. We'll head for the second here in just a moment's time. Back here for period two in Canton, Massachusetts. North American Hockey Academy and the Junior Flyers. Philly winning the second period drive. We're back underway. They are traveling from left to right, and North American Hockey Academy right to left in the second period of play. Out at the line, Hamilton clears it in deep, Ashlyn Jacobs, hammer to the glass. JRFS trying to slice this one loose. Finally comes towards the net and going to get frozen up by Bethune. So 28 seconds in and play gets stopped. 3-0 your score after one, and Junior Flyers are already beaten this North American Hockey Academy team once this year. Excited to see what the rest of this one has in store. North American Hockey Academy has been good in second periods this year. Had 3 alone against Stansted in the second period yesterday, and their 6-6 tie. They beat Mount in the morning yesterday, too, as I mentioned back in the first. Mount Academy still winless. Comes up ice and at the line. Iverson. Now Henderson. Schmidt will go behind the goal line. That one ripped wide. Into the corner, that one comes off the wall. Dembowski will break it beyond center. Fitzpatrick waits at the line. Henderson trying to jab it. Schmidt will come the other way. Into the zone, they're in 3-on-2. Coming to the net and stuffed. Lila Picker unable to finish. So face-off will be right down to the goal once more. Pops off the boards and trying to shovel it to the net. That one pops loose and across, trying to drill something up front. Gilbertson breaks over center. Cross across the line. Lila Picker again turns on her heels. Emma Margolis trying to get this one out of the zone. Here's the quick hustle. Meredith suavely back in her own zone. 14:20 to go. And there's an icing. That one scrambles around. And quick work through the circle. Jacobs will cross center with it. Off the wall, now in neutral. Hamilton's got possession. Stewart. Little bumper off the boards. Livia Hess trying to clear the zone. Little dragger there. Let's see Drevich having a hard time getting out. Is again to hit the reset button. Pounded ahead, it takes a hop. Jacobs puts it off the wall and it skitters all the way back down behind the goal line. And holds at the blue line. Into the net, that hits the pads. Cachet's off the wall, that'll get grabbed. Blair Weber on net, and holding the line, Nicole Schmidt trying to jam it forward. Junior Flyers will work up ice as they'll cross center with this one. Ann Bernard shooting it into the right side of the cage. Emma Kolecki trying to get this one out of the zone. Again, they'll scramble. Emma Kolecki. She's it behind the goal line. Now Philly starts to break out. Lila Picker cutting up the far wall. Plays it to herself off the end boards with 11:32 to go. Now on net. Suavely off the pads. Suavely on goal, and that comes off the pads. Carolyn Cohen, and there's a snapper that hits the shoulder, comes loose. And across, Lila Picker drifting up Cohen. Towards the net. Ava Cross circling surveying the scene. Cross in the high slot. Suavely tries to settle down, poke checked away. Cohen wheels it off to the circle. Cross looking on goal. Cohen to the middle. Suavely drags, forced over. Almost looks as if they're on the power play, but they're not. Big wind up, steered off to the far side corner. Kept in the zone is again Philly trying to work to the net. High one to the net. Yeah, we do have a penalty call coming up against North American Hockey Academy. So officials are still having a conversation about it. See what's going to be called. Seems like this discussion's taking a while. Long discussion going on with Nicole Bethune as well with the NAHA attackers. Kaleki is hearing something from the official right now. Looks like they're giving her a 5. She's being told to head off. So somebody will have to serve this. So being a total team player, Lillian Snyder will head over. So it'll be a 5-minute power play. Score at will here for the Junior Flyers. Tipped out to the point. Lydia Herman a little back and forth. Lydia Hess slung over to the circle. Rachel Stewart bashed off the boards. Lydia Hess will drift right. Jacobs beyond the circle. Lydia Hamilton, and that gets away from Hess. Hess forced to go back beyond center, trying to track this down. Lydia Hamilton to the blue line. To the net. Buried! Rachel Stewart takes it off the wall of the shelf. So Rachel Stewart with a goal here on the power play. Time on it is 7:38. So still got plenty more power play time to work with as well. That'll hit the glass. Schmidt trying to track it back down, neutral ice. Rolls around across the center. And Bernard now into the zone, works the wall. Rides the rails out to the point. Cole Schmidt trying to keep it in. Bernard. And flicked it to the far side. Schmidt on goal over the net. Stavla. Bernard fans at this one. And that gonna go right on the doorstep. The Junior Flyers get another one. Juliana Pezaluki able to drill it. So time on that's going to be 8:40. So they've only used 1:38, and still they have more time to work with. Coming up, Bryce Chapowski takes it along the wall. Ava crosses center, comes all the way down left side of the net, and that's an icing. So face off in the offensive zone here for North Bearcat Hockey Academy. Chapowski, he'll take this one. Wins the draw. Keenan out at the point, off the boards. Tracked down over there. That one freed up by Picker. They're right back into the pile, having a hard time jockeying it loose. 2:45 to go on this Philly power play. Coming out, crossing the blue line. Now they'll get over center, flying into the zone. Nice slot pad save. Ashlyn Dembowski forced out to the blue line. Carolyn Cohen back beyond the right side circle. Suavely in a high slot. Chinks the stick. Picker. And in front. Having a hard time delivering. Bethune still there. And she's able to make the stop. So Nicole Bethune is having a tough time against this Junior Flyers offense, but she's hoping she can find a way to turn it on here at the end of things. They do have Rebecca Cohen dressed on the bench as their backup. Brought up the far side wall, crossing center, now flying in 2-on-1 with a chance. Ripped to the corner. Jacobs looks to get that loose. Olivia Hess, flung to her right, and now sent across the ice sheet. Stewart couldn't get too far. Olivia Hess almost coughed this one up. In front, and here comes Rachel Stewart. It'll be in 3-on-2. Stewart beyond the right side circle, now to the net. Stewart wraps it around. Out to the point, Ava Cross. It'll be a Hess trying to come on goal. That one I'm going to yell on to. So Bethune between her pads, able to haul it in. And comes behind the net, tries that wrap out. Towards the net, and he jumped on top of. So Bethune able to freeze the play. After the second period comes to a close, we are going to get our 12-minute intermission here inside Canton Ice House. Behind the goal line, they'll circle. Schmidt waits at the line. There's a Lukey. Just got that last goal. Schmidt there. Now here's Blair Weber. Schmidt at the line, plays it ahead. And got blocked off Drevich. Weber tracking it to the glass. Down to 22 seconds left. 2 goals in the first minute, 22. And since then, gone scoreless on it. Quick ups here for Stavola, crossing center, flies into the zone up the boards. Stavola throws a late hit as it's forced off the glass. They find Schneider out of the box. Crosses the blue line and gets your pocket picked. Mailing will try to force this one aside. Snyder forced off the body and now tracked in deep. Lila Picker rolls up off the wall. Snyder staying out after spending that long 5 in the box. Picker dropping back behind the goal line. Clips it, trying to get to Snyder. Now the body gets thrown. Katie Mealing. Elevated pass Snyder along the boards. Suavely, and now Courtney Keenan going to fall down on her bottom. Benches are starting to get loud and into this one despite the scoreboard. As again, it reads 5-0 Philly. 5 different goal scorers in this one as well. Too much to handle. Picker trying to track it. Picker gets hammered. And we do have a delayed penalty call forthcoming. Courtney Keenan trying to wedge the box open. Okay, 2 minutes for a cross check. So face-off will be in the offensive zone here for Philly. Suavely inside the zone, going to force feed down over. Cohen trying to ship it at net front. Rachel Stewart races it down. Here's Suavely at the point. Stewart trying to come on goal. Forced down over on net. Hits the bar. Freed in front, and that one corralled. Nicole Bethune making sure she's got the possession. Suavely had it blocked on the way through. Suavely will dance right with 1:33 to go. Stewart whips it over a no-look pass. Windmills trying to find Stewart. Stewart surveys the space. High slot. Tries to go that backhand in front. Bethune's right there. Under 3 now to play in the period. Towards the net. Will come loose out to the line. Freed along the wall and now tracked down. Down in the zone, Suavely. And right into the glove it goes. So 43 to go on this power play. Both teams will make some changes. Big hit, and that one will get away from Fitzpatrick. Hessel feed over. Chris Hamilton spooned in behind the net. Picker with 2 and change to go in the period. On net, and Bethune will freeze it. So that stops play. Bates off to the right of the goal. Lila Picker. Good Strevich. Lila Picker able to win it. Picker back beyond the left wing circle. Thrust up top, Olivia S. On goal and over the net. Picker throwing that one a little too far. Grabbed, and here goes North American Hockey Academy the other way. Well, stick at you, the turnaround. Drevich getting denied. So Hiroka able to shut the door. Face off into the offensive zone here for North American Hockey Academy. They're able to get a win. Point shot couldn't get through for Schneider. Yo-yoed off the wall. And now they'll reset. Broken out over center. That one stick by Miele. Pizaluki gives it away to North American Hockey Academy. I want a pad save. Minute to go. Drevich will cut up the far boards, weaves to the middle, breaks over the blue line, going to cross center. Drevich floated to the right side. And Bernard is Moniski will track this one down. Drevich will wheel it up to Snyder. Bernard is North America, make it shaded. Pazaluki trying to catch him in a switch. Lost it going into the zone. Takes a bounce. Stewart looking on goal. 7 seconds. Lobuser almost gave that away. And that'll do it here for period number 2. 5 different goal scorers for Philly thus far. And they are in firm possession of this one here at Canton Ice House. We're going to step aside for a break. Get the ice car. When we come back, period 3 right here in Canton. Back here inside Canton Ice House, period number 3, and this one going to be won back by North American Hockey Academy in their own end. JWHL clips out through the circle. Ava Cross trying to look on net. They'll work this one out the other way as it's shuffleboarded across the center stripe. Comes down Palome LaRocca. They're in net for the Flyers as they're going right to left for this third. North American Hockey Academy left to right, and we're going to get an offside called here early in this third. So I'll see a neutral zone face-off coming up. Rachel Stewart able to win the draw. Schmidt slinging it side to side. Bernard crosses the center stripe. Stewart now going to break in up the wall. That'll chink the twine. Stewart is this ball, pinballs right back onto her stick. And that hits the top of the post. Ashlyn Jacobs will work it over in the corner, back beyond the circle, out towards the line, picked off on the way, and here comes North American Hockey Academy. Sapolsky can't get too far. Lobiser got met at the line, and so Philly right back in. Jacobs crosses center over the blue line, and now she meets some red. Elevated up, and Bernard settles. Not too much room to move there for Stewart along the boards. She circles around. It's behind her for Jacobs. And Bernard on net, and there's a pad save. And Rip just wide left. Bernard up ice. And with 15:15 to go, affiliate in the reset button. Centered on up, and here they come. Kartush breaking on through, high slot, and there's the pad saying no. Savola circles. Savola all the way, coming coast to coast, tracks it down behind the goal line. Freed up, and Maneski starts the charges. Clips off a twig at the blue line. Iverson sends cross ice. Settled down Margolis. Now Iverson puts it up the boards all the way down. Rides up the far side. Olivia Hesh trying to get there. Lila Picker back behind the net. She'll work up the boards, crosses over blue. Ava Crash trying to get into the zone through the circle, coming on net, and what a stop. Nicole Bethune looking like she's going to finish this one out and able to haul that one in between the pads. Face-off will come left side. Olivia Hess drifting around out at the point. There's Hamilton. Cross will slingshot it. Takes a bounce for Dembowski in the corner. Drevich trying to race over there and get to this one. Pulls the stick on it. Dembowski will reset. Ava Cross. Broken up and thrown by Gray to neutral. Center. Ava Cross going to get a stick in there. Trapped right back down by Fitzpatrick along the boards. Played ahead. Rapport will sling it in, and they're going to head off for a change. 13:20 to go in this game. Still a 5-0 Philly score. On the boards, Rachel Stewart going to pick this one up. She'll scoot ahead. Weaving up the wall through the circle on net, and glove stop. Cole Bethune on that left post. So again, it stays 5-0 here in Canton Ice House. Played off the wall and trying to wrap it out front. Henderson was there. Cohen trying to kick it to herself, settle it on her tape. And that's frozen up by Bethune. 12:48 to go. Face off to the right side of the net. Stewart. And she can't win that back. Minuski in the far corner. Try that giddy up. Gilbertson and in first. Iverson can't drag to the net. Iverson has it stolen aside. It's shot up to the far side corner. End of the line. Here they are once more. Jacob starting to the net, and that's angled up in the air. Takes a hop, and that'll be buried. So the rebound try goes, and it's now 6-0. Rachel Stewart able to get the job done. So that's her second goal of the game. Face off right back at center ice, and now in over the blue line. Through the circle, that one dropped just wide. Has a Lukey trying to clear a shot it ahead. Finally, here comes North American to the net. Oh, what a stop. Roca. She denied Chapowski, who's had a couple of good chances coming to the goal all day long. A couple of skips too many. Katie Mealing, backside of the circle. That'll hit a stick. And we do have a whistle. Clock's going to keep running here for the rest of this one, unless, of course, the deficit sinks below 6. So Blair Weber heads to the box, 2 minutes for a high stick. Face-off will come left side of the net. Kurtasha is Picker able to win that. Steered with the stick by Lorelka to the corner. Out of the zone. Dabowski across center. Flies up the boards. And now she goes down. Mealing. Dodging ahead in Gilbertson. Oh, there's nothing. Gilbert said. Picked up some steam. Forced down by Mealing, and she goes side. 1:10 left on this North American power play. And Bernard up the boards, kick down. Peyton Manowski throwing it to center. Drevich off the glass, rolls in, and not going to be an icing, as they called it, was tipped. Down inside, 10 minutes to go in this one here from Canton Ice House. Maggie Fitzpatrick had it wedge free. Drevich is out at the blue line. Fitzpatrick will drift and misfires that. Gallops off to the corner, but getting there first was Nicole Schmidt. It's out to the blue line. Let's see. Drevich turns back beyond center. Fitzpatrick will get over blue. That side left wing circle. Drevich got tied up. Forced out beyond center, and now cutting up the wall. Stewart. Drevich knocked her around a little. Behind the net, and penalty has expired, so we're going to go back to 5-on-5. Weber's involved in the play now. Stewart works behind the cage. So dipsy doodle through her legs. And now here's the rush coming. Chapowski, right side circle, and slid it too far. She was trying to find Fitzpatrick in front of the net. Fitzpatrick going to try in the high slot. Ripped off the pad. The rebound won't go either. Courtney Keenan behind the net trying to get a piece of this. Keenan took a hit. Now here's Philly starting out the other way. Crossing center, Stavola gets beyond the blue line, and she's taken down. Bouncing putt shoveled beyond blue. Set up here by Olivia Hamilton. Stavola inside the zone. Filtered on off to the far side. Courtney Keenan going to get on top of this one. Takes an elbow. Puck will pop loose. Snyder's got the possession. Lila Picker leaves it in. And now she works behind the net with just sub-8 to go here in this one. Again, a U6 team battle. It's North American Hockey Academy and Philadelphia Junior Flyers. And into the NAHA bench that goes. So clock's going to keep on running. Seems like the only time we're going to stop it is on penalties or goals here the rest of the way. We do have another game coming up after this one, as that's one back. Our next matchup on this ice sheet is going to be Mountain Northwood in 19U action. It'll be about an 11 a.m. start. So get a few minutes after this one, regroup, regather, and load up for the next one. And Mountain Northwood should be a good one. Northwood last night outlasting Stansted to take over first place in the JWHL U19. So that was a pretty good time over there on the red rink, which is the sheet of Curry College. It's Canton Ice House. Talked about it a couple of times on various games this weekend, but such a very well-used facility. Curry uses it. The Northeast Generals use it. Adult League Hockey uses it. High schools use it. Juniors use it. The midgets use it. Everybody uses this ice sheet. Or I shouldn't say ice sheet. Ice sheets, if you rather. The boards. Little stick jab. Eva Cross was trying to get that loose. Picker having a hard time staying on her feet. She scoots up over blue. Lost it going to the net. High slot. Wait! And that's blocked. Out at the line, Bernard cuts left and try to angle that in, and there's a chance and score. So another Junior Flyers goal. It's a 7-0 score with north of 5 minutes to go. Fitzpatrick able to get to this one behind the net. Cuts up the wall, and that clips a stick. Broken out the other way. Schmidt comes to the net. Bernard will get over the red line. Stewart trying to track that one down. Oberser, as that comes to the net, a little stick action. The top of the half wall, Philly again crashes the puck in the corner. Jacobs fans at that. Bernard trying to track it. There goes Jacobs. Came over a stick. Stewart settles down beyond the circle. Cuts up over the blue line. Going to get over center on the back end. Icing will be waved off with 4 to go. Iverson on the bank, puck off the wall. Quick break up for Chapafowski. Brought over the line, Stavola. Now the rush. Scooters wide. Chris Hamilton trying to get there along the boards. Far side, and that comes to the net. Gets frozen up. So Nicole Bethune able to stop the play. 3:22 to go. Face off to her left. And another loss for Blair Weber. It's a bounce past Henderson, and no icing will come. There's under 3 minutes to go. Henderson put a hit along the boards. Gallup trying to come across center. Stavola tracking it down along the wall. Revitz there looking on as well. Hamilton turns back in her own end. Stavola going to go cross rink. Hazaluka, backside left wing circle, drives to the net off the pads. And now Bethune will freeze it. Face off in the offensive zone. Lila Picker going to win that back clean. On goal, and Bethune freezes. Cohen, if that one had taken a sharp angle, it might have had a chance there. $100 seconds to go here in this one. 7-0 lead for the Junior Flyers. Scoreboard says 6, but Tacoma 7th. Lila Picker breaking beyond the right side circle. Has it stolen aside. There's Rappert trying to start the charge the other way. Jabbed in on sides. LaRocca trying to preserve her shutout, and she's being hit a little bit. North American Hockey Academy looks like they'll be in abbreviated power play. A little pushing and shoving going on. Things getting a little chippy here at the end. So into the box goes Rachel Stewart. She'll serve the 41.9. And Gilbertson talking to the officials about the call. Gone totally quiet here in Canton IceHouse Blue Rink. So Mikey Milano talking to the officials. Trying to get an explanation. So whatever he was questioning, he's got the answer he needs. 2 minutes up there. And the draws crowd. Lila Picker. Stewart in the corner tries to get that loose. Picker Tries that breakout as well. Here she comes, getting over the blue line. Cross at center, flies into the zone. Dembowski has it freed up. Crossed on over. Now Cohen. Slotted 20 to go. Cohen chinks the glass and now let out of the zone. Drevich across center, 10 seconds. Drevich will drag and whip it past the left post. Picked up, and now here's going to be a chance for Dembowski as the second's wide down, and she's stuffed. And there's the shutout for LaRocca. The Junior Flyers are going to get out of here this morning with a 6-0 shutout victory, and they pick up their 8th win. They'll be 8-2 now with 24 points. The North American Hockey Academy dropped below 500 with a 5-6-1 mark. So 2 goals by Rachel Stewart lead the way. Junior Flyers claim victory 7-0 in this one. We'll catch you back for the next one here on JWHL YouTube.